Earlier this morning, I was watching for the threat for a couple of isolated pop-ups, but I think that now that seems less likely, although I'm still watching mostly central Maine just in case something does fire. But the radar still looks good for us locally. And even if we zoom out a bit, there's just a couple of showers across parts of central Massachusetts and south into southern New England. Clouds have mostly stayed to our south too, which has been nice. We've been able to enjoy mostly sunny skies. We're drying out just a little bit, which is actually really good for us out ahead of what is going to come with HENRI. Tonight, I don't really anticipate much for changes compared to where we are now. Mostly cloudy skies possible across the southern 2/3 of Maine. Northern Maine should clear out a little bit more though, and that should allow temperatures to get close to the upper 50s, whereas along the coastline it's going to be closer to 70 degrees tonight. So a big difference in temperature depending on exactly where you are. Tomorrow still looks like a pretty good day to me too. A little bit more cloud cover than today and maybe a couple of stray showers, but in general I'm expecting a relatively dry day, still sticky and a bit muggy. And we warm things back up tomorrow afternoon into the upper 70s along the coastline and then the low 80s too. We'll have wind coming out of the southeast. That's going to keep the coast just a little bit cooler. Here's Tropical Storm HENRI, still waiting on the 5 o'clock update to come out. But since noon, we've seen sustained winds approach 70 miles an hour. So once they get to 74 miles an hour, that's where we get into Category 1 hurricane category, I guess. And notice that the National Hurricane Center is still forecasting this to reach Category 1 strength off the coast of Virginia and the Delmarva Peninsula before making a landfall somewhere in southern New England starting Sunday afternoon, maybe all the way into Sunday evening. That's likely when we will see landfall occur before it hooks east and then eventually moves parallel to the Maine coastline and through the Gulf of Maine, which is when we are most likely to see our impacts locally, where we have hurricane watches out for areas across Cape Cod, southern Rhode Island into southern Connecticut and Long Island. So locally, I don't anticipate any hurricane watches or anything like that, tropical storm watches here. I just think the impacts are going to be too far removed. Even wind gusts, the strongest will likely be across southwestern York County, but elsewhere gusts to about 30 to 40 miles an hour. Widespread power outages seem unlikely. The bigger story here is going to be the rain. 2 inches plus for this area through central New Hampshire into western Maine, Freiburg included, and parts of the 302 and Route 2 corridor included. Otherwise, we'll see 1 to 2 inches, I think, in western Maine. But the issue with this is that the trend for HENRI has been to keep moving west. And if it keeps trending that way, we could end up missing out on the heaviest rain. Still thinking large waves and rip currents will be an issue with some minor coastal flooding, though, since we do have the astronomical high tide Sunday night. Seas 2 to 3 feet tomorrow. South wind 5 knots becoming southeast. Water temperature mid to upper 60s. Chance for some late rain on Sunday with showers likely on Monday as the remnants of HENRI move through. We'll clear out on Tuesday, get a bit warmer. Wednesday, I think, has the potential to be a hot day. Sunny with highs in the mid to upper 80s. And by the end of next week, we'll see a cold front come through. And that's where we actually will finally change out this air mass. Things by next Friday into next weekend are looking cooler and certainly a lot less humid.